Are you really in love with him or her, or the version of the person you've built in your head? You understand? There are some things you can't change about people. You understand? Sometimes you just have to accept them for who they are, for them to be truly loved. I'm not saying accepting people for who they are is trying to give them an excuse for them to stop growing. When there is space, when there is need for growth, yes, growth should take place. I'm not saying you should mingle with someone that believe that they have seen it all in terms of growth, or to learn or relearn some things about themselves. But I'm trying to tell you that there are some things you don't change about people. There are some core traits in people, like, let me say, follow con traits. A quiet person trying to make the person to be loud, to be so assertive, you are trying to change the person. You are trying to change who they really are. That is not necessarily a growth. Somebody is quiet, you want the person to be loud like you because the person is your partner. That is really unfair. Sometimes you need to accept people for who they are. If you don't really want them in that way, you don't have any business to even, at first, you don't even have a business to mingle with them in terms of relationship or romance. Stop making people feel incomplete. Stop projecting your fantasy, like picturing your fantasy, comparing it with reality. Now you make the girl or the man to be confused, because what you want them to be, how you want them to be acting, you just want them to be acting your fantasy, not really who they are. I'm not trying to justify bad character, not, but we're not talking about bad character. We are talking about a trait, a personality trait. You imagine an introvert, they don't tell an introvert to change to become an extrovert. You just have to accept them. Sometimes expectations, like, apart from personality trait, there's some unrealistic expectation that is overwhelming to the other partner. You understand? If you have unrealistic expectation about people, so that is why sometimes some people advise on dating. Date the person. If they don't have your fantasy in your head, if they are not portraying or showing your fantasy in your head, then you better leave the person. And after all, not every good people you must mingle with in terms of relationship or romance. Not every person you must end up with as partner or marriage partner or boyfriend and girlfriend. There are some people that are just there for other purpose in your life. You understand? So trying to compare your fantasy with people reality is very bad. Understand? So what I'm trying to say, yeah, bad character can be unlearned and you can relearn a good character. But I'm talking about a core personality trait of people. Me being a choleric, you can't change me to melancholy or a phlegmatic personality. So someone that is a sanguine, you can't change the person to a choleric. So that is just it. Accept people. Don't make them feel so small about themselves because of your fantasy. Thank you very much for your attention.